Hi guys. So a couple weeks ago I posted a video talking about how I wanted to, about some of the projects I had coming up and how I wanted to address a couple of the requests that I've gotten. One of them being finding a vertical axis turbine that's worth throwing a little bit of money at, and the other one being information about Tesup. I'm going to kind of kill two birds with one stone here with this brand new Atlas 2.0. Now I will start this video out by saying this is not paid promotion. They did not provide this turbine to me. I tried to get them to provide me one. They declined repeatedly. It's important though, because I did let them know who I was, what I was doing, and what I wanted. They know that I'm going to take the product and put it all over the internet and show people what I think of it, and this is their opportunity to put their best foot forward, to cherry pick their stuff and send me the best they have. So we'll see if they did that. Now, whenever whenever Tessa was introduced to me, it was because somebody wanted to know if there was a relationship between them and Easter Breeze. They sent me a link to their website where they had Easter Breeze products displayed. This is the first I'd seen their stuff, and I went to check their website out, and sure enough, it's Easter Breeze pictures. And not only are they the same pictures, I mean, they are literally the same pictures as on Easter Breeze's website. Whoever built Tesup's website, they didn't copy the pictures. It was still hosted on, the pictures were still hosted on Easter Breeze's site, which was interesting. I assumed for a long time that they were, sister companies or affiliates or subsidiaries, some relationship, professional relationship along those lines. I did reach out to my guy at Easter Breeze, and this fellow has supported me. He's done a lot for me. I do trust him whenever he says that relationship is purely Tessa buys and rebadges Easter Breeze products as their own. So take that for what you will. I do believe that is the case, and the tone of the message, it was very clipped and short and to the point. I got the impression that the relationship wasn't favorable. But there we have it. That's what we know. Now, let's see here. I can say that whenever you visit Tesup's website, all of their products, they make a lot of claims about okay. My recorder wasn't working. Whenever you go to their website, it makes a lot of claims about stuff being made in Europe. And this is bogus. I can't find, and I've spent a lot of effort trying to source where they have their stuff manufactured, and I can't find anywhere where it's manufactured. I think best case scenario, they have some stuff manufactured in Istanbul, but definitely not all of it. And I can't see them manufacturing this stuff in Europe and then shipping it to Bursa, which is where they ship from to the customer. It doesn't seem economical. It doesn't seem rational. I don't think that's the case. Excuse me. I think this stuff is made in Asia, which really is not a big deal. It seems like such an arbitrary thing to lie about, because we're talking about this far on the map that they're willing to... No, let's do away with that. They're willing to misrepresent their products on that scale. on such a small point. You know, what would be too big a thing for them to lie about? Who knows? I don't care much for that. But, just if that's the only problem, whatever. Chinese manufacturers, they lie to me all day long. So seeing a little, something like that, it's not particularly offensive. It's just whenever we're looking at a product that's supposed to be a tier above, your typical offerings out of China, it's I just don't dig it. I don't dig it. Now, I can say that because they have like addresses in England, in London. They have some addresses, but whenever I went looking around for that stuff, I reached out to some people over there that didn't mind snooping a little bit, and they're warehouses. They may have an employee there, but the people that they have working for, there's no serious employees. There's no point of manufacture. They don't have like a showroom that I could find. Any of that. Everything, as best I can tell, comes out of Turkey, comes out of Bursa. Now, one of the things that's the shipping experience. This is something that is going to be really important for anybody. Maybe possibly even one of the most important things. Whenever I purchased this turbine, paid in full, April 3rd. Let's confirm that. April 3rd. Purchased it on April 3rd. It was delivered to my house today, April 26th. It took them 23 days to get it to me. It did not ship until April 19th. It took a week for them to physically get it from Bursa to me. It took them 2 weeks, 19th, 16 days. It took them 16 days just to ship it, which tells me that they manufactured everything at the point of order. So they're selling things that don't exist. Another thing I don't care much for. At this level of stuff, you should be buying in-stock merchandise. It should have shipped right then. And this is another point that I want to make. Them versus Easter Breeze. Whenever I have bought something from Easter Breeze, it was on my porch within 3 days. They wrapped it up, put it on a plane with UPS, and it was here within days. With Tesup, it took them 16 days just to ship it. Whenever they finally shipped it, they gave it to DHL. DHL picked it up in Bursa, took it to Istanbul where they unloaded it, and then loaded it back up and shipped it to England where they unloaded it and then loaded it back up and shipped it to Cincinnati, Ohio, where they unloaded it and then loaded it back up and then shipped it to Dallas, Texas, where they unloaded it, put it on a van, and drove it to my house in Lubbock, Texas. Another thing to keep in mind is that it's an $800 turbine. The DHL driver, and this is DHL, one of the reasons that I do not support DHL. The DHL driver dropped it on my porch, knocked on the door. By the time my kids could get to the door, he was boogieing on down the road. Whatever you search for this stuff, it says that it was signed for by Justin, me. I didn't even know it had been dropped off. My son came out to tell me, there's a big box on the porch. It was not signed for. They did not see an adult. They didn't even see a child. They threw it on the porch and they left. Now, in my area, if it's, if you get a delivery, it's going to sit on your porch. It'll be there whenever you get there. But I know that some of you guys live in areas that you can't trust packages to stay on your porch whenever they get there. On top of all of that, I'll have to put this in there. Somewhere along the way, not only was it packed poorly, and that's going to be in the next video, but DHL took it all apart and then put it all back together in even worse shape, and then just shrink wrapped the whole thing. It's just, I don't like DHL. I don't like the way they handled this, and I don't like how long they took to get it here. So there's definitely that needs to be kept in mind for anybody who's buying from them. You know, you're gonna have to pay very close attention to the tracking. You're gonna have to make sure someone's there to receive it, because DHL is not gonna make sure that you receive it. So, what else we got? Communication with this company has been silly, absolutely ridiculous. The only way that you can reach out to them now, if you try to message them, because they have an eBay store, they have an Amazon store, and then they have their own online store. If you try to contact them through eBay, you will either get no response, or you will get a form response that tells you to contact them through their online contact us form on their website. If you try to contact them through Amazon, you will get the same robot that says use our contact form on the website. They have a live chat feature. This one is my favorite. They have a live chat feature on their website, which is also a robot that tells you to use their contact form. If you use their contact form, you have to fill it all out and put your message in there. One interesting thing is that the website likes to refresh periodically. Whenever it does that, it will erase everything that you've written. So be prepared for that. Some of my messages to them were kind of long. I had to start writing them in email or somewhere else, and then just copy the text so I could hit Control V and send. They will respond to you eventually from a no reply address. There is no direct communication with Tessa. The only phone numbers that I have found, they don't work, and all the correspondence from Tesup employees has been from no reply addresses. I've gotten one response from them from an address that was not a no reply address. I tried sending them an email to that address, no response, just silence. So communicating with them has been not good. Now again, there's been a lot of comparison between Tessa and Easter Breeze. Whenever I reach out to Easter Breeze, now I have a person there that I do reach out to directly, and he is always fast to respond to me. But even if I don't go through that channel, if I just reach out to their website or their eBay store or their Amazon store, I get real responses in a very timely manner. Now, they are almost on the other side of the world, so there's usually some delay, and just because of time zone, it's 4 a.m. over there, so I have to wait a little bit. But they do respond to me in a timely manner. They respond to me in a way that I can respond back to them. You can communicate with them. You can't communicate with the people at Tessa. That's unpleasant for a lot of folks. One of the last things that I really want to talk about with these guys, and it's something that anybody who's going to buy a product from Tessa really, really needs to pay very close attention to, because I think that this is one of the biggest red flags for dealing with any company, and that is their terms and conditions. Now, they don't make it it's not like they're trying to hide this or anything, but it's still in a place where you're not normally going to look at it. And one of the things here is number one. It's at the very top of the list. Whilst we take the utmost care to ensure the product descriptions, pictures, information, and prices are accurate, we do not accept liability for any inaccuracies, errors, or omissions. Colors may vary slightly from those shown on the website due to the limitations of internet technology. In line with our policy of continuous product improvement, Tesup US reserves the right to change, vary, or alter the product specifications without prior notification. To me, what that reads like is that if your product doesn't perform the way they said it was, they can decide that that's not what it was supposed to do all along. They've changed they've changed the agreement. So something to be very aware of. Now, in the United States anyway, I don't know how it would work anywhere else, but in the United States, that's a bogus claim. If their product line, claims it's going to do a very specific thing and it doesn't, that's not something that they can weasel out of. So if you have a problem with one of their products and they're not supporting you, contact your credit card carrier or something, because that's a breach on their part. If they're going to tell you that, we've changed the specifications or something, then they don't get away with that. One of the reasons, though, why that's really important is with this turbine. Now, I did a little bit of research before I bought it. I knew what I was getting into with it, so I'm not really surprised with all the issues that I've already had. But researching this thing, I found 3 other versions of this. And one of them had a great big Easter Breeze stator or generator in the middle of it. It was direct drive. One of them was belt driven, again with an Easter Breeze generator. I saw 2 different variations of that one. Both of those were bigger. The base was bigger than this one. This one is different than those other 3. This is like the 4th significant variation of that turbine. Now, in my opinion, I'm going to put this up on the poll, and if I get 75% of the claims in rated wind, then I'm probably going to consider it a success. But if it doesn't, then we're gonna chat with Tessa about this. So that's been my dealing with them so far. I am going to update this video. There's going to be a follow-up very soon because I am compiling a list of issues that I need them to address, and we're going to see how, this is just a process of you bought a product, getting the product to you, not problem resolution. We're going to have another one about problem resolution. So please stay tuned for the next couple of days. I'm going to have a few considerable updates about this thing coming up, and if I'm hoping that maybe I want to say next weekend, but most likely it's going to be a few weeks from now unless something strange happens before I actually have it up in the air. If there's something about this turbine that you guys want to see very specifically tested or demonstrated, let me know, and I will try to get that done before it's up in the air and we're just seeing what it does. So that's that for now. Guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Have a wonderful day.